Good morning, children. Last class we have seen about reduction process of highly reactivity metals, least reactivity metal and medium reactivity metal. Today we are going to see about during extraction of metals. The third step is purification of metals. Okay, so let us see briefly about the refining or purification of metal. Metals extracted from various methods contain some impurities. Okay, so metals which extracted from various methods contain some impurities which has to be purified or which has to be refined. Okay, so most of the metals are refined using electrolytic refining. Okay, so the method which is used to purify or refine the metal is electrolytic refining. So what is meant by electrolytic refining? In this process, a lump means a collection of or a group of impure metal and a thin strip of pure metals are dipped in salt solution of metal to be refined. Okay, so we have to take the salt solution of metal which has to be refined, and then there is a two electrode, cathode and anode. Okay, so cathode contains the pure metal, okay, a thin strip of pure metal, and anode contains the lump of impure metal. Okay, so when an electric current is passed through the solution, pure metal is deposited over the thin strip of pure metal. Okay, so the impurities which will settle at the bottom as a anode mud, and only the pure metal will deposit over the thin strip of cathode. Okay, so once again I will say, we have to take the salt solution of metal which has to be refined or which has to be purified. Then we have to dip the two strips. One is cathode metal electrodes, one is cathode, one is anode. Okay, so here cathode we will deposit a thin strip of pure metal, and anode contain a lump of impure metal. Okay, so when we are passing the electric current, the pure metal get deposited over cathode and the impurity will settle at the bottom in the form of anode mud. Understood, children? So this is called as electrolytic refining. Now here we can see one example, electrolytic refining of copper. Here we are going to take a lump of impure copper metal and thin strip of pure copper. It is dipped in the solution of copper sulfate. So as I have already told, we will dip it in the solution, salt solution. Yes, here copper sulfate is the salt of copper. The impure copper metal and the pure metal is dipped in the solution of copper sulfate. Impure lump of metal is connected with the positive pole. So impure form of metal will be connected with the positive pole, that is anode, and the thin strip of pure metal is connected with the negative pole, that is cathode. So when electric current is passed through the solution, pure metal from anode, that means anode contain the lump of impure metal. Yes, so when electric current is passed through this salt solution, the pure metal from the anode, it will move towards the cathode and is deposited over it. Okay, and then impurities present in the metal will settle near the bottom of the anode in the form of anode mud. Okay, the settled impurities in the solution is called what? Anode mud. So this is the what process which is undergone while electrolytic refining. Now next concept is corrosion. So what is meant by corrosion? Most of the metal, they will react with atmospheric air. Okay, so when they are reacting with the atmospheric air, it leads to the formation of layer over the metal. Okay, so the layer of metal keeps on getting lost due to the conversion into oxide. So when the metal is reacting with the atmospheric air, they gets converted into metal oxide or sulfates or metal carbonates. Okay, so that the pure form of the metals, pure form of the metal is on it will be keeps on getting lost due to the conversion of the metal into their oxides or sulfates or carbonates. As a result, the metal gets eaten up. The process is called corrosion. So rusting of iron is an example for corrosion. So it is the common form of corrosion. So we can see when iron articles like gate, grill, fencing, etc. comes in contact with moisture present in the air, they form a upper layer of iron, turns into iron oxide. Okay, understood. When iron articles like gate, grill, fencing, it comes in contact with the moisture present in the air, the upper layer of iron turns into iron oxide. So this iron oxide is brown red in color, which we will call as rust, and the process is called rusting of iron. Okay, so here the iron gets converted into iron oxide when it comes in contact with the moisture present in the air, which forms a brown red layer over the iron, which is known as what? Rust, and the process is called rusting of iron. If rusting is not prevented, the whole iron particles will turn into iron oxide. This is known as corrosion of iron. So rusting of iron gives a huge loss every year. So when there is a continually the iron get converted into iron oxide, which will leads to the rusting of iron, which causes great damage every year due to the corrosion of iron. Now, how we can prevent this rusting? For rusting, iron must comes in contact with oxygen and water. Yes, so rusting is prevented by preventing the reaction or by stopping the reaction between atmospheric moisture and iron particle. This can be done by painting. So we can paint so that we can avoid the rusting of iron. First thing is painting. Then greasing, we can apply the grease over the iron particle. Or galvanization. What is meant by galvanization? Coating of iron particle with metal called zinc. Okay, so galvanization means the process of coating the metal with zinc is called as what? Galvanization, which will prevent the rusting. Then electroplating. Then alloying. So these are some of the method which is used to prevent the rusting of iron. Okay, so painting, greasing, galvanization, electroplating, alloying. Now we will go to next concept, that is alloys. So what is meant by alloys? The homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or a metal and non-metal. Okay, so the homogeneous means uniform mixture, uniform composition. Yes, homogeneous mixture means which has a uniform composition. Yes, So we will mix two or more metals, or we can also mix metal and non-metal. Okay, so they are called as alloy. Okay, so the homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or metal and non-metal is called alloy. So types of alloys. First type is ferrous alloy. Ferrous, the word itself you can identify these alloys contain what? Iron. Okay, an alloy in which iron is present. For example, manganese steel. What is the example for the ferrous alloy? Manganese steel, which contain 86% of iron, then 13% of manganese and 1% of carbon. Then nickel steel. This is an alloy which contains 98% iron, 2% nickel. Then non-ferrous alloys. Non-ferrous means the alloy which doesn't contain iron, which do not contain iron. Example, brass. So brass is a mixture of two metals, that is copper and zinc. So copper, 80% of copper mixed with zinc, 20% of zinc forms an alloy called brass. Then bronze. Bronze is a mixture of two metal, that is copper and strontium. Cu 90% of copper and strontium is 10%. Next type of alloy is amalgams. So amalgams, it is an alloy in which the mercury is present. Okay, amalgam word itself we have to understand. Amalgam means which contain, alloy which contain mercury. For example, sodium amalgam, zinc amalgam. Sodium amalgam NaHg, zinc amalgam ZnHg. Now, properties of alloy. So, what are the properties of alloy? Alloys are stronger than the metal. It is harder than the metal. It is having more resistance towards corrosion. Okay, we know metals can be corroded easily, and we have studied that one of the preventive measures to avoid the corrosion is we can alloy the metal with the alloy the metal with by using alloying the metal. Yes, that is by using alloys we have to coat the metal so that the corrosion can be prevented. Yes, so why? Because alloys are more resistant towards corrosion. Okay, so alloys are stronger and harder than metals. They have more resistance to corrosion, and the melting point of alloy is lower than the metals. Example for the alloys which is having the lower melting point is solder. So which has lower melting point than lead and strontium. The electrical conductivity of alloys is lower than the constituent metals. So their electrical conductivity will be lesser than the metals. Now examples of alloys: brass, bronze, solder, duralumin, steel, stainless steel, magnesium, German silver. Okay, so these are some of the examples of alloy. So brass, bronze, solder, duralumin, then steel, stainless steel, magnesium, German silver are some of the examples of alloys. So I hope that you all understand about the extraction of metals, corrosion and about alloys. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.